Hey, welcome back to Abelks Bakes. So we're gonna make some focaccia. Seems like the easiest bread to make. Some flour, I'm gonna sift this a little bit. We got some salt, and what I've done here is some lukewarm water, and we sprinkled some active dry yeast. So let's get rising. Oh, and then for focaccia, we need some olive oil. Got some in here. Looks pretty sifty. So my one concern here is that maybe the water was too hot when I put the yeast in. So I'm afraid it's dead, but we'll see how it turns out. So we're gonna add the salt to the flour. I love ramekins. And then we're gonna slowly add this mixture of hopefully still, active yeast and water. We'll start mixing. I think I've mentioned before that I get a little impatient, so I'm gonna try to see if our good old handy mixer won't help us. So let's see how this goes. I was gonna talk about how nice this digital scale is, but I feel like our mixture is a little wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and improvise and add a little bit more flour. I feel very nervous about this, but let's see what happens. So we'll add another 30 grams of flour. Let's see if that doesn't thicken it up. This is much more the consistency I was looking for. So, I'm trying something different. I thought I was going to use the same bowl as earlier, but I put this in this bowl, and then I'm going to transfer it to this bowl for the rising. Not sure, but I put some olive oil in here, and what I'm going to do is make a ball out of this one. I'm adding some more flour to make it easier for me to move around. And then I'll coat the outside in olive oil, and we'll let it rest for a while. So let's see. It's not the cleanest operation, but yeah, get that dough. Okay, so it's covered. That's kind of what I wanted. So I guess the question is, will it rise? Join me later, and I'll let you know. This is what I came up with as far as my cover, and it's going in the fridge. Hey, we're about 18 hours after letting this bad boy sit in the fridge, and to me it looks like it's gotten a little bit bigger. There's some air bubbles. So what we're gonna do is we line this pan with parchment paper. We're gonna butter it, and then let the dough onto it and let it rest for a little bit more. Buttered up the pan, and we're gonna, I guess, just dump it in. Look at that focaccia pull. All right, and we'll let it rest for a couple more hours. So, as you know, I like to improvise, and I had this great idea that why don't we make this into a pizza? So what I've done so far is oiled the bottom of the pan. We've got the dough, we've got some tomato sauce and a couple different kinds of cheeses, and I think we'll see how that turns out. So my worry is that it hasn't been rising enough. That's just a piece of butter. But in any case, we started the oven, and I don't have a pizza stone, but I was told that you can invert this pan, and we'll see how that goes. We need the heat. So let's see how it turns out. I'm gonna start putting the toppings on. We're gonna dimple. I guess I'm just gonna put the sauce on. Let's call this dimpling. So let's get in there and dimple. Oh, it feels kind of thin, but I guess this is dimpling. So since this was last minute, the only cheese I have is Monterey Jack, but I'm sure that'll be fine. So again, we'll see how this goes. I expect it'll be edible. Doesn't look bad, right? I mean, how bad can it be? I'm an optimist. All right. I don't have any toppings. So little cheese focaccia pizza. Cool. All right. Preheated at 450. Let's make some magic happen. Again, I don't have a pizza stone, but let's see if this will do the trick. See you in about 25. All right, you hear that sound? It means it's the moment of truth. Let's pull this baby out. Oh man, look at this beauty. Holy moly. I think that looks perfect. How many times in my life do I get to use this thing? I already tried. I needed 2 hands though, so. I shouldn't have done it on the cutting rack, but that's a cut. Pretty damn good. It's pizza. I need to add some salt. Pretty damn good. All right. Thanks for watching again.